Hello and welcome back once again to the Ping-Pong Playbook. I'm Graham, and whilst doing my latest video, which was on the forehand push, it dawned on me that people may not actually understand the reason why the ball goes back in the way that it does, and that got me into thinking about understanding spin. So what I wanted to do was make this additional video which will discuss spin. And so what I plan to do is to use this skateboard wheel here and this screwdriver to essentially explain via my return board how the ball reacts when it hits a particular type of rubber, in this case the reverse rubber. So I think it'll be quite a fun video. I think there'll be lots of comments on this video. At least I hope there'll be some sort of engagement in terms of this. And yeah, I think it will help to really solidify the basic strokes, what we can expect from the ball and how we can determine which shots to play next, etc, etc. So let's jump right in and let's try and explain the difference between topspin, backspin, various sidespin serves as best as we can with the equipment that we have. So hope you enjoy. Remember, if you get anything out of these videos, which hopefully you are, please remember to share them, like and subscribe. Make sure you click that bell icon as well so you're notified of any future videos. I am trying desperately to get as many videos as I can done, trying to get 2 uploads done a week. It's not always easy when literally in this room that is relatively small. I only have myself and my return board, so it can be tricky to create certain videos. As the channel grows, I'll probably expand to different premises and explain larger shots, such as fishing and various other things as well. So let's try to understand spin, and it is a little bit tricky, so I'm going to do my very best. Now, before we talk about spin and spins, top spins, back spins, we're going to try and explain direction. So from this angle, I hope you can see that I've got this skateboard wheel with felt tip pen markers, and it's mounted on this screwdriver. In fact, if I hold it that way, that would be much easier because it's not going to fly away. So if I spin this ball, for some of you, you may say, oh well, that's topspin, and some of you may argue and say, well, it's backspin. And it does, like all things, depend on your position in the world, I guess. So if we look at it with direction and we say it's going this way, that is going to be topspin. So as it comes this way, it wants to run up. Now again, we'll spin it the same way, but this time the ball is coming towards you. Now that is back spinning. So direction counts for a lot. Now, when I first started, I wondered why these rubbers were called reverse rubbers, and it's actually simpler than you think, because if this is top spinning in this direction, when it hits, it wants to go up, so to top spin. So as the ball will hit that rubber, it'll want to climb up and it will go high. Now, the reverse rubber actually reverses the spin. So as we close the racket angle, that ball will kick off that rubber and will then reverse the spin and the direction. So now that ball is travelling back at your opponent with topspin, hence the reason why it's called a reverse rubber. So it's top spinning this way, and then it stops, and then it spins the opposite way coming back, and that's why it's called reverse. Now, we've just talked about topspin there, but it's irrelevant in terms of I wanted to explain the direction. So if it doesn't touch, if it doesn't touch anything, we're just spinning the ball the same way. Topspin, backspin. So direction, it counts for a lot. Now, as we explained, so let's stick with topspin for the moment. So if we spin that ball, we can see that that ball wants to climb up that rubber, and then it's gonna try and go high. So it's gonna go up and it's gonna go high. So how do we keep a topspin ball? So when someone topspins to us, how do we keep that ball low? Because it's no good it being high, because our opponent then just has an easy attacking shot or an easy kill. So we have to keep that ball low. Now, if we were just talking about no spin, and we're looking at the board or the bat as being flat, now that ball will stay low and even as we hit it towards one another. Okay. Now, obviously, if the ball has topspin now, so it wants to climb up, if we have our racket at this vertical angle, that ball is going to want to come in, hit, and it's going to come up high. Now, we need to keep that ball low. We don't want it high. So we will alter our bat angle so that when the ball hits the rubber and it tries to climb, we're controlling the angle now. So instead of the angle being up high as it would come off here, we're now altering the angle, so now it's going to come level. Okay, so in effect it's the same angle. So if I try and illustrate that, so if the angle of the ball was going to come off here at that angle, what we're actually doing now is we're going to maintain the angle of the racket, and we're going to bring the angle now of our bat, which would be the board, and you can see now the angle that the ball will come off the bat would be this angle, which is a lot flatter than if it was here. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's the reason for us altering the angle of the table tennis bat when we receive various types of spin. So if that's top spin, we don't want it kicking up, we want it going straight. So we alter our bat angle. So there's the top spin, it wants to run up and go up. So that kind of covers top spin. Very simple. And that's why it's important to be able to read spin. Because if you misread spin, so if it's really spinny and I only adjust my angle a little bit, that ball is still going to kick up, and then the ball's going to travel high over the net, and my opponent's going to come in and attack. So always try and learn to control spin, try and learn to understand spin. And again, now we're going to talk about backspin. So if we spin that ball with, so we're going to spin it backspin. Let's do it this way. So we're going to spin that way. So we can see that that ball is spinning backspin as it goes in. Hard to see, so let's do that again. So we're backspinning. That ball wants to run down. So if we keep our racket vertical such as that, that ball wants to run downwards, so down. So what will happen is that that ball will want to go straight into our side of the table, which obviously would be foul. So again, we want to change the angle, which I'm going to try and illustrate again. So that angle that ball wants to go at is there. Now, we want to get this angle back up to here or here. So from here, what we need to do is open our racket so that angle now is more level. So hopefully you understand that. So if now we've got our bat angle open for our backspin ball, so again, if I spin this ball backspin, that now, even though it wants to go down, we've effectively made it so it's now going to go over the net rather than straight down, because we're preventing it from going straight down. There's sort of a resistance here. So there, it wants to go down, but because we're hitting it, it's going to come at this angle. So that covers topspin and backspin with reverse rubbers. There are other kinds of rubbers on the market, but for the time being I'm not going to cover them so much because I think it's key for beginners to understand that very simple premise first of all. But I will just go on to say that this is a short pin-pulled rubber. Now obviously if we take a good look at these two, the surface area of the short pin-pulled rubber is a lot less than that of a reverse rubber, so there's a lot more contact area on a reverse rubber than there is a pin-pulled rubber. Any pin-pulled rubber that would be true of. This is short pin-pulls. This is the only one that I have currently in my possession. Now this one, so as the ball would spin against this, the reaction that the ball takes off this would be less than it would be off a reverse rubber. So that is something that you have to get used to. So as a pin-pull player will play the ball to you, it will have a lot less spin on it. Certainly that's true for short pin-pulls, sorry I should say. For long pin-pull players, that tends to, I don't want to confuse matters by saying that it reverses the spin, but in essence what the long pin-pulled rubber will do is muddle up what you're used to. Let's just say it like that for the moment. So hopefully that covers everything to do with understanding spin in terms of topspin and backspin. Sidespin is obviously very similar. Again, if you're spinning the ball this way, then the ball will obviously want to go this way. So again, on service, it's nice to be able to understand. So if you're getting a side and topspin serve, it's going to be doing this, and it's going to want to kick up this way. So obviously you'll need to turn your racket, so it's obviously top spinning, so you want to get over the top of the ball, and then the side spin you'd have to obviously alter the racket to get it back. So the trick with service is obviously reading the spin, or indeed seeing the ball if someone's hiding it. So that covers that for the moment. I'll wait and see what comments we get on this video, and I'll make additional videos if anyone's confused, or if anyone wants to know about the differences in spins from different rubbers, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, brilliant.